Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking another look at The Adventurer, a fantasy adventure game, Dungeons and Drifters by Ken Kennedy. The Adventurer, or Dungeons and Drifters as some may call it, is a solitaire game. You play it alone. In this narrative game, no opponent is required. The book walks you through a series of events that are different each time you play. You, as a fledgling adventurer, will wander a fabled land, battling savage beasts, meeting mysterious strangers, traversing ancient ruins, and exploring forgotten dungeons in hopes of completing your quest. An endless combination of story possibilities, exciting world of fantasy and adventure awaits. So it's like a choose your own adventure plus Hexcrawl type of game. We played it once before. We're going to try to play it again. Our rogue didn't make it. To win the game, we're playing standard and we want to collect 500 gold. So we want to travel the land, get 500 gold, and if we get that, we win. So let's jump right in and make a character. We got some different choices here. We can do a wizard, a cleric, a warrior, a ranger. Oh, did I do 2 sheets for? Where's my monk? What happened to my monk? Hold on, and I've got a monk and a monk. So we'll go with these 5. One, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, there's the monk down there. I guess I had to. All right. And I'm just going to randomly pick. We'll roll a d6. If we get a 6, we'll re-roll. And that'll be the character that we play. A 1. So we are going to go with a wizard. So this wizard is going to be roaming the land. We'll do a wizard playthrough. It's very easy to create your character. So let's see. What is going to be the name of our wizard? We'll call him Zorn the Wizard. Class wizard. And then for fun, you can have a motivation if you want. There is a little motivation table in here where you can just to get a little bit of extra backstory on your character. There's a table. We'll go ahead and roll a d6 for that, and then we'll see what we get. So Zorn's the wizard's motivation is status. He wishes to become affluent to obtain a level of influence among a particular group of people. All right, status. So the wizard wants to impress the king or something like that. And then you go and you look at the character class section for wizards. Now in this game, unlike the other Drifter game, the Western one, you do level up. You get 15 points to level up. So wizard's his starting weapon is gonna be a staff. It's gonna have a low aura. So we'll go to our weapons section on the character sheet. And we'll just write staff. And then we will circle this for the staff strength. No armor, no event. And then we'll roll for his aura shield. Your aura shield is how the world views you. So it's a negative effect. So the higher the shield, the more negative and dangerous things will be. So to determine that, we're going to roll a d4. If it's a 1 or 2, I believe we start with a low. And if it's anything higher than that, we start with what's after low? Lowest? Let me see. Aura shield. Low, moderate, high, and highest are the different ranks. So the blank one is low, moderate, high, and highest. And we'll roll this d4. See if we get anything. So we got a 3. So he's a little bit known. People don't like him so much. That's his aura shield. And we use that to look up our tables and events. You always start with 4 physicality, no matter what. Hero points, you always start with 2. Intellect, you roll a d4. Since he's a wizard, I'll do a little house rule. We'll take anything except a 1. If we roll a 1, that might make it too difficult. So let's see what we get. We got a 1. I'll re-roll. A 3. So he has an intellect of 3. Yeah, I'll put this token here. I'll circle this and then we'll keep that. And that's basically how you build your character. Now we're level 1. Every 15 XP, you get to level up. So as a wizard, our first ability, and we can use hero points to use this ability. So we've got Psychic Crush. Whenever you face an opponent in combat that is classified as a humanoid, you may use Psychic Crush for your attack. When attacking with Psychic Crush, choose an opponent. If there are multiple opponents, then roll a d4. Choose one if there are multiple. Roll a d4. If you roll over the opponent's intellect, they are defeated. If you are unsuccessful, they take no wounds. So we can try to psychically crush our enemies to start with. All right, so I think we've got everything set up for Zorn. He's going to start his adventure. And actions and all that stuff in this game, you can travel, you can do a point of interest or a city action. So you have to get, but for the most part, you travel, you do an event, and that ends the day. And you basically just read through this book, choose your own adventure style, have challenges, fight monsters, and try to survive on your quest to get 500 gold. All right, so with that, let's begin. Let me just double check. I don't think you do a gold roll in the beginning of this game. I always forget that. I forgot that on my last playthrough too. Gold. Okay, to determine if you start with gold, roll a d20 on the treasure table. All right, so we're rolling d20 on the treasure table for low. So let's take our d20. Let's see if we start with any treasure. We got an 11. 11 is 2 gold. All right, so I've just got some coins over here. We'll grab. I'll put that right there. I think they got denominations on them. So the wizard does start with 2 gold. And let us begin. Let me erase our companion from the last playthrough who died. Last playthrough, our rogue fought sandworms in the desert, giant scorpions. It's very desert oriented. Attacked by berserkers, but his adventure didn't go so well. Check out my previous playthrough if you want to know more. All right. So here we go. The Adventurer Wizard Edition. Let's go to the first page and start reading. The adventure begins. You are a fledgling adventurer. Now far from home, you have to set out in this fabled land in hopes of accumulating enough wealth in order to fulfill your quest. We awake in the wilderness. We're going to roll a d10 to determine which hex you start on the map board. So I got a map here on the other camera. Let's roll a d10 and see where we start. And then we're going to gather our supplies and set out to seek our destiny in this mystical land. All right, so let me get a grab a d10. 9. We're going to start on 12.11. All right, 12.11. So on this map, there's different icons. There's cities, forests, swamps, grasslands, deserts, and mountains. And then 12.11. Looks like that is right. That's 16, 17, 13, 12. 12.11. We're right here in the mountains. So we'll put this token right here. That's it, 12.11. And the nearest city to us, we could start heading towards that. Let's see, there's a city up here. That might be our best bet to head towards, is to go toward that guy. Probably take us, let's see, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's quite a distance. There's one below to the south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we head to the south, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That city is a little bit closer. So this would be where we would decide to take a travel action. So let's go ahead and do that. So basically on your turn, you can do an action. If you're on a city space, you can do a city action and visit the city. If you're doing quests and you get a point of interest and you're on that location, we'll do that if it happens. Then you can do the point of interest special mission. But for now, we'll travel. So every time you travel, you move your token to where you want to go, and then you roll on the event table. All right, so let's do that. We'll take the travel action. We are going to head north. And this is printed. I have this printed on 2 sheets, but it would put us right on the border. But we're going to go from 1211 to 1212. We're going to start heading north. Then we're going to roll on the event. So an event is a D100 roll. And you basically look up on the table. You line that up with your aura shield. So ours is moderate. And these are the entries we will read in the table. So we'll roll the D100. We'll line that up with one of these entries, and we'll see what happens to Zorn. All right, so let's go ahead and roll a D100. So we don't want to do these. 91. All right. What does Zorn run into? Moderate. 91 is E131. Yep, E131. All right, so let's see what that's about. Uneventful. Choose any one of the following: XP or +1 hero point. Let's take the hero point. So we'll go up to 3 hero points because those allow us to reroll combat and skills, not reroll tables, but combat and skills. And that'll be our first day. So as we just travel north, now we are at 12.11. We'll go down to 12.10 or 12.12 rather. Yep. So we are in this little grassland space now. 12.12. We'll try to get closer to this city and see what adventures we run into. Let's see what happens the next day. 43, moderate. Now you can die at any time in this game, and it can happen by surprise. So the world is very dangerous. That's E058. Stranger. Oh, come back over here. You encounter a stranger, roll a D6, and then basically, so you can get this stranger entry multiple times. And every time you can roll a D6 and something different can happen. That's what builds into the replayability of the game. It's really fun in that way. All right, let's roll a D6. Oop, didn't pop out. Let's roll a D6. Oh, it doesn't like this D6. Let's roll a heavier D6. There we go. 3. E020. Let's see what's going on with this stranger. A druid. You meet a druid. Attempt an intellect skill test, table C. High difficulty, intelligence -2. So for a skill test, our intellect is 3. -2 is 1, so we'll be able to add 1 to our roll. We'll go to the skill table. The skill table, you roll a D10. So that's the skill table there. We have to roll a D10. It said that it was high on this one, which means we need to roll a 6 or higher. We get a +1 modifier to the roll. So that means we have to roll a 5 or higher. We can use a hero point to pass this. 6, no need. So we pass. And it says if you pass, we're going to roll a die. Had we failed, we would have had to fight him. We might still have to fight him, but at least we get to roll a die. All right, so let's go ahead and roll the D6 again. We're talking with this druid. Things seem swell. A 6. Druid, they will join you as a companion. If you let them join, record their stats. Druid, he has a physicality of 1, intelligence of 2 with a scythe. Ability, do not roll for initiative when beginning combat with any creatures classified as an animal. You automatically attack first. Fantastic. So we will take the druid with us. I don't have any forestry. Let me see. Where's that ranger? Do I have that ranger cut out? Let's see here. If I have somebody that can be the druid. Maybe this guy. We'll pretend that this is our druid companion. So then we'll go to our companion sheet up here, and we will just, our druid will join us. All right. Companion druid, he's got a scythe for a weapon. And the weapon was listed as the dark shield. So it's moderate. We'll circle moderate. He'll have his life. His physicality is 2, I believe it said. Physicality is 1 and intelligence is 2. So his physicality is only 1, so not too strong. Intelligence is 2. And we can automatically attack animals first. All right, so what should we call this guy? The druid. Let's just call him Felix. Felix the druid. All right, so we are going to continue on our journey. So that is good. So far, so good. We are looking like we're going to have a good first couple of days as we continue to travel. Now we're going to go do another travel action. We'll continue to head south into the forest, 12.13, and then let's go ahead and roll our event. So far, we've had a nice peaceful time traveling. Let's see, where's my other D10s? Here we go, let's try it. 14. That's going to be E021. Sudden eclipse. The day darkens as the moon moves over the sun. Roll a D6. A low, unpleasant growl comes and goes in a sudden gust of wind. Skill test. Roll a D6. If you roll over your intelligence, your aura shield goes down 1. If you roll under or equal to your intelligence score, aura shield up 1. Uh-oh. I don't know if I like that. D6. We got a 3. We equaled it. So that means our aura shield goes up 1, and we have to go to rolls to 7. Shoot. So our aura shield, that's the negative effect that we have, how the world views us, goes up 1. So we are now at high danger. And then we'll go to event 7. Somehow that eclipse may have cursed us. The sun reappears. Roll a D6. On a 6, choose one of the following. 1 hero point or a shield goes down. You and 1 companion heals. Well, if we get a 6, we can make our aura shield go back down 1. We did not. We don't get to choose. We don't get to choose anything. All right. Back to the map. We're going to continue to travel. Head this way into the forest hex. See what travel event we get. 33. Now we go to the next column over because our aura shield is on high, which means more dangerous. E083. No gold yet. But we found a friend. Okay, cairn. You have come upon a cairn. There are purposely placed stones here of various sizes. Roll a d10. 8. It is a tribute to a dark deity. If your aura shield is its highest, choose one. It's not. If your aura shield is one of the others, roll a d6. On a 1 through 3, it goes up 1. I feel like this is going to be a playthrough where I have one combat and it's like a dragon. Oh my gosh, it does go up 1. Yep. Yep. Is that a test? No, it's not. So our aura shield is now at the highest. And we haven't done anything except make a friend. That's not good. It's almost going to make me not want to go to town without getting that down. Sometimes bad things can happen. But we'll continue to travel through this forested wood. We're about 2 days away from the city. See what event we run into. We're getting a lot of bad omens. 87 on the highest aura shield. That is a E085. All right. A stronghold. You see a stronghold in the distance. You can approach the stronghold or move to an adjacent hex. If we approach it, we get an XP. So we haven't gotten any XP yet. So I think let's approach. We'll get 1 XP. We'll jot that down. You need 15 to level up. And then we're going to go to E019. See what's up with this stronghold. You have come upon a large stronghold. If on a mounted hex, we are on a forest hex. If on a forest or grassland, roll a d4. All right, let's get the d4 out. A 2. Go to E186. Stronghold. You have come upon a fortified keep. You can sneak past the stronghold or sneak inside. If you sneak past, attempt a physicality test with -2. If you sneak inside, attempt a physicality test with -3. I think we want to sneak inside. So we're gonna, our physicality is 4 -3, so we'll get a +1 to the roll. We'll roll a d10. We do have hero points, so we can re-roll this if we want to. Let's see what we get. 7, that's a pass. We were rolling on the high table. Let me just make sure. With a +1, yep, 7's a pass. All right. Roll a d4. Oh, so now we have to roll a d4 and see what happens. Ugh. Okay. Come on, d4, don't let me down. A 4, that might be good. Yes, treasure table high, table D. All right, so our treasure table is a D20. And we got, what entry did we get? The shield with 1 sword through it. So we'll get to roll on the treasure table. And then we roll that. We look at the column with the sword and 1 shield. So 1 shield, the shield and 1 sword. And we'll see what we get. So we sneak into the stronghold. We're looking for treasure. Do we get anything? 12. 12 is 11 gold pieces. All right, we'll take that. 11 gold. That's 5, 10, and 1 more. Good. 13 gold pieces on our way to 500. We'll take it. All right. We sneak in. We grab a little gold off of a desk somewhere inside the stronghold. And we sneak out. All right. So we got a little bit of coin to our name. We'll keep traveling. We'll go up through here to this forest. And then next time, 2 more travels and we'll be at the city. 40. 40 is E130, no, E083. A cairn. Okay, so there is another cairn. You have come upon a cairn. There are purposely placed stones here of various sizes. Roll a d10. Something strange is going on with these cairns that are all around. That is a 9. Attempt an intellect skill test. Intellect -3. So my intellect is 3, so it's just going to be a straight test on a moderate difficulty. Moderate difficulty is 5. Let's see what we get. We got a 1. Let's use a hero point to re-roll that. Let me make sure. Is it super bad? Wait. It's not super bad. It says someone appears. I'm not gonna use a hero point for that. As long as it's not, I immediately die. So we'll roll a d6 and see who appears. 5. That is 5 is E199. Who has appeared that we didn't notice while we were examining this cairn? A warrior. You enter combat with a warrior. I don't like that. Roll a d6. So some warrior just charges out at us. 4 probably sucks. Warrior. Initiative roll. -1. Physicality 2. Intellect 2. They've got a sword. XP of 4. Armor. Whenever the warrior receives a wound, roll a d6. On a 6, the warrior takes 1 wound level less. All right, so the warrior. Looks like we've got a fight on our hands. So Felix and Zorn have to fight this warrior. And the warrior has got physicality of 2, intellect of 2, and he is fighting with a 1 sword. I guess I could call that no shield, 1 shield, 1 sword, 2 sword, 3 swords, something like that. All right, and when he takes a wound, if he rolls a 6, he doesn't take anything. So initiative is 1 sword and shield. All right, so let's see if we can pass the initiative test. Roll d10. A 4. Oh, what's the initiative? Intellect -1. So this +2. So we got a 6. 6 with 1 sword, 1 shield. That is a pass. So we'll go first. And he is humanoid. So I think we're going to use our psychic crush from the wizard. And when you have a companion, the companion will go right after us. So let me look up psychic crush again because I forgot what it says. The wizard points his finger towards the warrior. You dare attack us. Choose one opponent. If they roll a d4, if you roll over the opponent's intellect, they are defeated. All right, so basically I have to roll a 3 or a 4 as he reaches out with his hand and grips it together. Psychic crush. And we got a 3. The warrior is defeated. His head explodes internally, of course, and he slumps to the ground. We get 4 XP, so we have 5, and he is gone. Crushed. Okay, wizard. Okay, Zorn. I see. You're not messing around. I got it. I got it. Felix is in awe. It's like, was that really necessary? You know, he snuck up on us, so we had to do what we had to do. All right. Fantastic. Does he have a treasure table? I forgot to check. He does. So treasure is a shield. So we'll roll a d20 and see what this warrior had. Come on, let's get a 20. 28. 8 on a shield is 3 gold. 3 gold is better than none. Let's see, that's 1. So we go through his coin purse. 2, 3. 3 gold pieces. All right. Let's continue our journey. We'll travel, we'll get to the city gates, and then we'll probably end the session for today. So we are going to travel again. That's going to put us on top of the city. And let's do our event roll. That is a 3. That feels like that might be bad. A 3 is E058. So we are really close to the city. What do we run into? A stranger. You encounter a stranger, roll a d6. Well, last time we got a stranger, we ended up getting our companion, Felix. What do we get this time? 2. E244. So we're getting closer to the city. It makes sense that we would start running into more people. A ranger. You meet a ranger, attempt an intellect skill test. 1 sword. Intellect -2, so we'll get a +1 to this roll. We'll roll a d10 +1. 5 + 1 is 6. 6 is a pass. And if we pass, we get to roll a d4. 3. They are in a hurry and leave. Roll a d6 on a 1 through 4. Shortly after, go to E026. All right. So he didn't want to talk to us. Do we get a 1 through 4? We do. So then we have to go to E026. This feels a little trappy. Oh, treacherous weather. In a forest, swamp, or grassland, go to E039. We are not. We're on a city hex. If on a desert hex, if on a mountain hex, we're not in any of those. So I'm going to assume we'll go to forest, swamp, or grassland hex for E039. Because there's those things are all around us. Let me make sure E244, I think, was the one we were at before, right? Ranger E026. Yep, treacherous weather. All right, so we'll do E039. That's probably going to make us move somewhere. An intense storm, an unnatural vortex of wind and rain forms in the area. Roll a d6. Is the ranger casting some kind of spell? 5. The storm is intense. Attempt an intellect skill test. Intellect -2. So we'll get +1 to the roll. That's 10. That's going to be a pass. All right. You traverse the storm. Shortly after, we go to E212. So as you can see, you can get multiple events on the same day. You just have a busy day, which is a stranger encounter. Then we're going to roll a d6. So we get through the storm and we run into somebody else. Then we are close to a city. 3. It is an old man. Go to E145. Wizard. Competition. You meet an old man. Roll a d6. 5. 5 is go to E110. We converse. We're going to roll a d10 as we talk to this wizard, a fellow user of the mystical arts. 8. They tell you a story. Attempt an intellect skill test. All right, so intellect -1, so we get a +2 to this. Shield and 1 sword is a test, so we could re-roll it. A 1, we will spend a hero point and try to re-roll that. A 10, that's definitely a pass. Oh, and we should actually just have 1 hero point, because I think I was supposed to spend a hero point when I did Psychic Crush. All right. Pass, go to E169. So what does this wizard tell us? A secret. You learn a secret. Roll a d4. 2. A noblewoman is an evil deceiver. Hex any city. Noble woman, event 250 under points of interest. All right, so this is going to be a point of interest. So we have two things we do. You can be in any city. So we will write down point of interest. And we've got noble woman is what we write down, and 250. So point of interest, we're going to put noble woman, city, and event is 250. So we know somewhere in this city we can go check out that point of interest. So we got our point of interest coming up. We got our city event coming up. We will pause here for our playthrough. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hoping you're enjoying our playthrough of The Adventurer. Tune in next time as Zoran the Wizard and Felix the Druid continue their journeys on their quest to get riches. They've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 gold out of 500. Piece of cake, no problem. All right. Thanks for watching and have a great day.